When China's DeepSeek shook Silicon Valley last week with open-source AI that costs pennies compared to billions spent by American giants, I recalled the Kurukshetra war. Arjuna had the most advanced weapons, divine astras, years of training. Yet Krishna's true power was not in weaponry, it was in buddhi, strategic intelligence deployed with minimal resources.
Arya ji, aap to poetry kar rahe ho. But Wall Street isn't reciting shloks right now, they're panic selling Nvidia. DeepSeek built a model for under $6 million that rivals systems costing hundreds of millions. American tech giants are now questioning if they've been burning cash while China played 4D chess with semiconductors they weren't even supposed to have.
Precisely the point. In the Mahabharata, the Kauravas had more soldiers, more gold, the appearance of invincibility. But the Pandavas won through Jugaad, that uniquely Indian concept of frugal innovation. DeepSeek didn't outspend America, they outthought the problem. They used older, restricted chips and found architectural elegance where others threw money at brute computational force.
But let's be real, this Chinese Jugaad has America freaking out because their whole strategy was sanctions and chip bans. They blocked Nvidia's top GPUs from reaching China, thinking that would slow them down. Instead, DeepSeek is like that student who aces the exam despite being denied the expensive coaching classes. Washington is realizing restrictions might have just forced innovation.
History repeats in patterns, not events. When the British tried to monopolize salt production in colonial India, thinking control of resources meant control of outcomes, what happened? Gandhi's Dandi March, the ultimate low-cost disruption. One man, one handful of salt, brought an empire to its knees. DeepSeek is today's technological satyagraha against the assumption that only capital creates capability.
Wah! Except Gandhi wasn't accused of stealing the salt recipe, which is what half of Silicon Valley is whispering that DeepSeek maybe learned a bit too much from American models. But here's the kicker, even if true, the cat's out of the bag. Open source means anyone, anywhere, can now build powerful AI without being a tech giant. The monopoly is cracked, boss.
And that returns us to the eternal principle from the Arthashastra: the greatest threat to a kingdom is not the enemy's strength, but one's own assumption of permanent advantage. Chanakya warned that empires fall when they believe their lead is insurmountable. American AI assumes scale and money guaranteed supremacy.
While someone else was busy proving that constraints breed genius, not just compliance. DeepSeek didn't need permission or infinite budgets. They needed necessity. And that, dost, is always the mother of revolution, whether in 1947 or 2025.
The lesson stands across millennia. In war, in trade, in technology, victory belongs not to those with the most resources, but to those who best understand that innovation born from scarcity often defeats abundance paralyzed by assumption.
Exactly. The real disruption isn't just cheaper AI, it's the reminder that monopolies, whether British, American, or anyone else's, always underestimate what happens when you corner someone smart and motivated. History doesn't repeat, but it definitely rhymes in Mandarin now.